Oh my god, put him in his place. Alright, real quick before we get started with this episode of Riverdale, don't forget that you can get the full, uncut, unedited, raw reactions to Riverdale on my Patreon. The link will be at the top of the description, so if you want to watch the whole episode along with me, as well as a ton of other episodes, I think from season 2, you can get those as well. Other than that, though, I'm like really excited to be finally caught up, and I just want to get into it, guys. Here we go.
Starters, I was underground, as if in a tomb. Granted, I was
hiding
out in Dilton's doomsday bunker and not in a coffin, but still. 2 weeks, no sunlight, with no sense of time or its passing. I watched it on my laptop.
Oh my god.
Live streamed from
That's
a camera
so weird.
Betty had set up in the living room. We wanted to study them, to see if anything they did was suspicious. Not that there was any doubt in our mind about their guilt. The preppies had stone cold murdered me and were trying to pin it on Betty.
I still don't understand how he's gonna get away with faking his death.
The things we had to do to sell that illusion.
Oh my god, they're
Like
still selling
pretending
it.
that my bereft girlfriend had found comfort in the strong, steely arms of my best bud.
Do you know where Jughead is?
I heard you whispering on the phone to Charles last night. The walls are super thin. You don't have to tell me where he is. Just that he's okay.
Aww.
Is he okay?
I was gonna say there's no way she didn't know what was going on.
Can you keep a secret?
The hell are you talking about?
I don't want you to worry anymore. Mr. Jones, I'm really sorry that
I'm
you're
glad
feeling
that they're
lonely.
showing when she
fine.
told them.
He's okay. He's not fine, but he's okay.
Hold on. You know where Jughead is?
Yes.
He can't even be mad at that because at least he's okay.
Mom, I have to confess something to you.
And then there was Veronica's sister, Hermosa.
Wow,
was
I can't
sniffing
believe she
around
actually
looking for
told her.
bones.
All right. What do you want to know?
The thing that secret girlfriends do. They kill each other's boyfriends so they can be together.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
I don't know what kind of crypto lesbian pulp fiction you're conjuring at Mosa, but Betty and I are just friends.
If I was going to recover without the preppies trying to kill me again and figure out how to solve my own murder, I needed the illusion to be perfect to buy myself time. And so while
Oh my
above
God.
me, a world without Jughead
I bet you they're
continued
gonna
spinning
like
forward.
actually fall in love a little bit.
I had to let my intuition take over, to draw these disparate strands together. The missing Stonewall 4, the accidental deaths of DuPont's classmates, my attempted murder. How were they all connected?
So was it that they attempted to murder him and he survived, so they ran with it and tried to fake his death to blame them? Is that what it actually is?
So are we gonna do this or what?
Oh yeah.
Some weird
We're
news
gonna
about
blow
that.
Stonewall Prep out of the water.
Oh my god. I still don't understand though how he plans to just like come back and be like, surprise, I'm alive.
Hey guys. Well, what? Did you even miss me?
Fucking waltzes back in.
Mr. Jones.
It is called getting your comeuppance, Joan.
You guys are reading Crime and Punishment, huh? Betty, could you do the honor?
Oh my god.
The next bell doesn't ring for half an hour, so for the next 30 minutes, your asses belong to us.
I knew you weren't really dead.
Oh, good for you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't worry,
Do
because I'm
you
gonna
not?
take you through it step by step.
No, this is ridiculous. Mr. DuPont calling security.
Shut the hell up, Brett.
The first iteration of Stonewall's literary society.
What exactly is this proving, Mr.
That
Jones?
this is not a story about a murder. This is a story about grandparents and their grandchildren. Which brings me neatly to my next point.
So
Halloween,
they planned this ever
When I
since
was
they invited
drugged
him.
by you psychos and find that Moose had vanished. So naturally, I assumed he went out the same way as the Stonewall 4.
It's a lot of people that could just mysteriously vanish out of school.
He practically shoved me out the door.
So what was the connection between Moose and Chipping that would make him take his advice?
He recruited me. Play football.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning Chipping knew Moose was going to get murdered and was trying to save his life.
And I would remember that next point. It's going to be on the quiz.
Oh, Mr. Jones. Shut up!
Oh my god, put him in his place.
A measly $5,000 for an idea that generated millions of dollars?
You exploited Forsyth, Mr. DuPont. You took advantage
you
of a
did.
kid from the wrong side of the tracks. And if that secret ever came out, can you imagine
The damage that would do to the very valuable Baxter Brothers brand.
That threat, though.
I told Chipping about my grams. Then he talked to you, Mr. DuPont. And the very next day, well...
Oh, shit.
I think we all remember his dive out the window.
They never really had a physical relationship. Isn't that right, Donna?
We had an affair and it got out of hand.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, an affair.
Just like you and that
went
other
down
teacher?
Exactly like the affair that you had with Mr. Cotter.
So then we started to ask ourselves what would turn the opportunity of a lifetime, winning the Baxter Brothers contract, into a burden, an albatross. Any ideas? The ghostwriter challenge
I like how they're
was
just
to
putting them in their
devise
place.
the perfect murder. Mr. Chipping invited Moose to Stonewall Prep to be the next victim, to be killed by the next ghostwriter, one of you, and Moose was the perfect candidate.
So that's why he urged him to go into the military to get away from it? Because he didn't want him to do it?
We think Chipping couldn't go through with it, and or
Yep.
maybe he just wanted to atone for what he had done. Chipping's behavior is hypothesis, but if proven, it shows a pattern of how the previous ghostwriters won their contracts.
Same year, the same
And
month
when people
as
went
Chipping was
missing.
awarded his contract, a Stonewall student disappeared. One of the so-called Stonewall Four.
Who was going to kill Jughead? And how?
Damn, they got it all figured out.
Actually, all of your classmates collaborated on it.
And that suggested to me that each one of you had a hand in my murder.
Oh, this should be good.
Donna, you
I
kept
think they
Betty
did, too.
busy. And wasn't that beanie that kept my head from being completely cracked open when Joan crept up behind me and hit me with a baseball-sized rock?
Well, what? How do you know it was me? Why couldn't it have been Jonathan?
Well, I don't recall Jonathan wearing your perfume.
So, you admit that you guys were there.
I mean, whose job was it to check my pulse?
Jonathan.
Oop, there it is. I like how they're not even, like, that angry. They're just like, you guys are stupid. And then they get there, and instead of him dying, they probably did wake him up.
He's dead.
At
Why
which
did Archie
point,
say he's
one
dead?
of two scenarios could have played out. One, Archie and Veronica could turn me in. Two, they could help me cover up the murder that I had just committed.
You guys didn't kill me.
Archie.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Betty, what happened?
And then he wakes up.
Start pounding on his chest.
Oh, he brings him back. Holy shit.
But he's dead.
This is making me nervous, and I know he lives.
Jog. Hey. We're gonna get you to a hospital, okay?
No hospital.
The worst
Wow.
36 hours of my life.
Aww.
What? Why? We can trust him.
Oh, it was okay.
Hey, Chuck.
Are they ever gonna explain the Charles and Chick situation?
What happened to him, Betty?
A head wound. We slowed the bleeding. We did chest compressions and CPR.
Do you think he's gonna make it? We're gonna do everything that we can.
What about us? What do we do?
Go back to where you found him, clean the scene, make absolutely certain that you don't leave anything behind, all right?
Yes.
Also,
Wow,
your
so
clothes
all
are
those
covered with
people knew
blood.
he was alive?
But if he doesn't, then
Dang.
we're... Archie. Archie, we have to burn all of our clothes, including Jughead's beanie. We'll rinse off the blood in the swimming hole, and we'll go our separate ways. That is the only way that we won't get caught.
They didn't do anything, though. That's why I don't understand. Like, what's up with that wording? I don't know. That doesn't really make sense with the context of this season.
That is how it'll have to be if Jug doesn't make it.
Oh.
But it won't come
Yeah,
to
but,
that.
like,
He will
they
pull
didn't
through.
do anything.
He has to.
Oh my
You
god.
see, Brett, in a town like Riverdale,
They do go way back.
everybody's got a price.
A for effort. If nothing else, this fiction is significantly more entertaining than anything you ever
I
produced
think
for
he
my
was
class.
pretty spot
Did I
on.
forget to mention that Betty and I went and saw the Baxter Brothers ghostwriters? But we haven't even gotten to the best part.
Specifically, the 3 members of your original literary society who you murdered.
Oh shit.
Let's loop back to the original sin, shall we? When Mr. DuPont stole, and I do mean stole,
I was
my
gonna
grandfather's
say,
original Baxter Brothers
What
novel.
about the people he probably killed?
You cut brakes. You tampered with fuselages. You compromised oxygen tanks.
Until there was only one living member of your literary society left.
Oh shit.
Forsyth.
Live and in the flesh.
He said we knew too much and you were gonna off us too.
You and I both know Theodore was a paranoid drunk.
But 2 days later,
Yeah.
the expert diver drowned in shallow water. I never came back.
What were we doing off-grid since 2002 exactly?
Collecting evidence that linked Francis here with the murders of...
He's just like Jughead.
That was bait. To lure my grandfather out of hiding, so you could finish the job that you started.
Took off like a coward after Jughead found me.
Why don't you tell him?
You're under arrest.
It's over, Francis.
You
I knew he's always been
call
sketchy.
me a thief and a coward. Only the meek and the timid choose silence.
He's gonna jump out that window.
A man of honor.
Yep.
I'll see to it that you get a reduced sentence.
Agent Smith, you have nothing to offer me.
Except he
Reminder,
does, though.
my father is an ambassador and I have diplomatic immunity.
Then throw her under the bus.
You know, it was Brett's idea to kill Jughead.
Uh-huh. How did you get Mr. Chipping's tie pin? And don't tell me you were having an affair. No one's buying that story anymore.
Mr. DuPont gave it to me.
It's funny how all of a sudden she's crying now, because it's all becoming real. But when she was doing this shit, she wasn't.
I'm willing to reduce your charge to only attempted murder if you turn over your collection of videotapes.
Here's my counteroffer. Reduce my charge to conspiracy after the fact, which my lawyer will plead down to community service, or Betty and Jughead's puerile sex tape will be released to the World Wide Web.
You can't threaten a f***ing FBI agent. He really thinks he's gonna get something out of that.
Quick.
Counter to your counter.
Of dark
That's so
secrets.
fucking creepy.
Illegally recorded videotapes.
Of
More fuel
minors.
to add to the firestorm of controversy that is consuming one of the country's oldest and more prestigious prep schools.
I had a lot of help from an inside source. Well, I'm glad I caught you then. I wanted to congratulate you personally. Jughead and I heard that you're taking over the Baxter Brothers.
The brand is relaunching. As Tracy True.
But you would do it for revenge.
Oh, really? Revenge for what?
The murder of your grandmother. Jane Dallas Brown.
Oh.
You dedicated yourself to getting into Stonewall Prep and getting into Chipping's class, and each
So
step
she had a
brought you ever
child
closer
before
to your
that?
grandmother's killer. You wanted revenge.
DuPont didn't merely kill my grandmother. He stole from her. The same way he did from Forsyth.
So why the f are you going after Jughead?
A private investigator.
At my behest,
Oh my
Edwilson
God.
put her private eye skills to good use and did some digging on those Stonewall wasps.
Which gives the police a motive and links this entire web of
Holy
death
fuck.
back
To
to
you.
you. I want you to walk away from the Tracy True contract.
Why in God's name would I do that?
Fictional though she may be, Tracy deserves better. But I will make sure every newspaper of every major city gets a copy of that medical file.
Ooh, shit. I kind of like that this episode has some like really, really long scenes, like conversation scenes, because it's filling in all these blanks that we have had for a while now.
What a waste.
Jug, okay, we put a stop to DuPont.
I'm excited he's gonna
We
go back,
solved
though.
8 murders, and we gave closure to every family of every missing child. I would not call that a waste of time.
So, Jughead Jones back from the dead. Color me completely not surprised. What about you and Archie canoodling then?
Yeah, that was just
cover up.
pretend.
I don't know, cousin. That looked pretty real to me.
Well, yeah, that was the point.
She's calling her ass out.
Well, I don't think he's too happy about it, but he legally has to let me back to Riverdale High.
That's great.
Yeah, I just really hope my credits transfer. On the bright side, no one's going to try to kill me while I'm here.
Don't jinx
Hell yeah.
yourself.
I thought you left.
Oh, not yet.
Joining us for dinner?
Betty and I are actually going to meet Archie and Veronica at Pop's, so unless you want me to stay.
No, go have fun.
Expect your father and I'll still be talking when you get back.
Aw.
Thank you. You made all this happen.
Aw.
Let's make a vow.
Ooh.
I know. I know. The last time we made a vow to have a normal senior year, everything went to hell pretty quick.
No one
Are
died.
we just gonna ignore the fact that Archie and I will probably not be graduating with you guys?
Jug, okay, do you really think V and I are going to sit idly by and not help our boyfriends graduate?
You will set aside everything, no more mysteries, and make graduating your sole purpose in life.
Why does that sound like a threat?
Give us another flash forward.
Guys, just a
Some shit
reminder, I'm
happening.
posting the sign-up sheet for the variety show tomorrow. You all have to perform. Even you, Jughead.
Aww. Aww. That's cute. That was f***ing good. Alright, there we go. That was season 4, episode 16 of Riverdale. This was really, really good. They pretty much touched on every single plot hole and every single mystery and thing that we've been wondering since the beginning of the season, and answered every question beautifully. Basically, it was all a group effort of them trying to kill Jughead, but then they failed and Jughead survived, and then they turned it on them. So basically the entire time they still thought that Jughead was dead. And that's why they freaked out when they found like the third milkshake, because he was supposed to be dead. And so it didn't make sense why he would be alive to them, because in their eyes they killed him. But the whole time it was Donna like puppeteering everyone. She pretty much like made it all, she did all the dirty work, and Mr. DuPont was also the one that started this a long, long time ago and had killed her grandmother. And it's just like it all fit perfectly, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. It's crazy though that this felt like a season finale. How are they gonna continue the rest of the season? What's gonna happen for the rest of the season? Is there gonna be another mystery or what? Because we're gonna see, I guess, the rest of their senior year, but what else is gonna happen? Because they kind of closed that chapter, so I don't know. But I think it's crazy how Jughead just all of a sudden was like back, you know? And interesting that they declared him dead, but the FBI knew he was alive. So were they covering for him? You know, like how does that work? It all fell into place perfectly, and they made little nods here and there that Betty and Archie weren't just friends and weren't just friendly, which also the last episode kind of insinuated that too, the way that they were like flirting over text. So I'm excited to see where that goes too. As much as I love Betty and Jughead, it'd be nice to just like mix it up a little bit. But yeah, this was a fantastic episode, really good episode for explanations, and I really, really enjoyed it. But I think that is pretty much it. I will see you when Riverdale returns. Thanks for watching.